Everyone struggles with it, but no one actually seems to admit it. The question that everybody asks is, how do I really know I'm on the right path? This is something that people ask in their heads, but no one actually admits it. How do I know I'm making the right choices? How do I know I'm in the right direction? Because we're all just trying to figure it out. We don't really have a roadmap or a GPS telling us in 800 meters, turn to this direction and you know that you're in the right path or something like that. We don't really have that. So like it's basically try and error. And we're trying to not make stupid mistakes with the hopes that we're not falling behind and with the hopes that we are at least in the right direction. So if you've asked yourself this question, then this might be one of those videos that you might want to watch, because I'm going to be sharing 5 powerful signs that I personally believe dictates if you're on the right path or not. Let's start with a story. A few years ago, I asked someone I deeply respected, "How do you know when you're on the right path?" He laughed, shook his head and said, "Oh, you never know. You just walk." At first, that annoyed me because I wanted clarity. I wanted certainty. I wanted a sign. I wanted something magical. But as time passed, I noticed that people only realize they were on the right path in hindsight. They never really notice it while they are in the journey or in the moment. So you look back one day and say, "Oh, that's why that happened," or "Oh, that's why that door was closed," or "Oh, that painful experience was shaping me for something in the future." So if you feel lost, confused, or unsure, that doesn't mean you're in the wrong path. It means you're human. And sometimes the right path is chaotic before it makes sense. So now let's dive into the real signs that actually does matter. Let me tell you something real. Growth doesn't really feel good. Stability feels good. Comfort feels good. But growth, it doesn't. When you're on the right path, you feel confused. You feel a little bit scared. You feel unsure. But you'll notice that you're not the same person that you were last year. The person that I was last year to the person that I am now, they are incomparable. But whilst you're in the journey, you don't really notice these things. You're just moving. You're so deep into the process that you're not really seeing the growth until you compare yourself from point A to point B. That's when you actually start seeing what growth that has happened over the period of time. People think that the right path is supposed to be easy or is supposed to feel easy, but that's not true. The right path is rarely ever easy at the beginning. It becomes rewarding later. The wrong path is easy at the beginning and painful later. Can you see the irony behind the two? There's something rewarding about the inner pull, not pressure. I'm not talking about pressure. Neither am I talking about fear. Neither am I talking about comparison. It's a pull. It's a quiet voice saying, "This thing, this direction, this dream, pay attention." Even when you get distracted, the pull brings you back. There was this guy who always wanted to write. No matter what job he worked, no matter how busy life got, the desire to write kept pulling him back. And years later, he finally committed to writing. And he became a published author. Here's the point. Your path won't always shout. Sometimes it will whisper, and it's your job to listen. The whisper is consistent. Ask yourself, what keeps calling you? What dream refuses to die? What idea keeps returning? What passion stays, even when you try to ignore it, but it's still here, it's still consistent. It keeps you awake at night, it wakes you up in the morning, but you're still trying your best to ignore it every single day. That persistent desire is not random, it's a guidance. And if you feel it, even faintly, you're closer to your path than you actually think. This one is painful but powerful. Sometimes you're on the right path and the universe starts removing things. People start falling away. Opportunities disappear. You lose interest in old habits. A job ends. A relationship breaks. A plan collapses. It feels like failure. It feels like setback. But sometimes it's the alignment. Think about a GPS, for instance. When you take the wrong turn, it reroutes you. Some of the things you lost weren't punishments, they were just redirection. I heard the story about a girl that applied for a dream job and didn't get it. She was devastated. 6 months later, she got an opportunity from a different company, something she didn't even fathom, she didn't even know existed. Had that first door not opened, should have missed a better one. So if the path seems filled with closed doors, don't panic. Sometimes you're on the right path, it just doesn't look like the one you imagined. The right path won't change your life, it actually changes you. You start noticing your patterns, you start noticing your strengths, you start noticing your triggers, you start noticing your flaws, you start noticing your purpose, you start noticing your value. You begin to ask deeper questions. Who am I becoming? What do I really want? What truly matters? When you're on the wrong path, it feels like you're numb, you're blind, you're disconnected basically. But when you're on the right path, even with confusion, you're still aware. You're paying attention. You're analyzing your growth. You're very intentional with everything that you're doing. Your self-awareness is a major sign of your alignment. This one is very subtle, but it's powerful. You may feel scared. You may feel unsure. You may feel very, very overwhelmed. But deep down, you feel very peaceful. A quiet peace, a steady peace. A peace that says, I don't know how it will work, but I know I'm supposed to be here. The inner confirmation, because fear can scream, but peace whispers. When you're on the wrong path, it feels like panic. When you're on the right path, it feels like growth, like you can feel it. Underneath the noise, your spirit knows you're aligned. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. At the bottom, the path is wide, it's clear, and it's easy. Then, as you're climbing harder, path gets narrow and the air gets thinner. The rocks get sharper, the climb gets harder. Sometimes you are around and you think, am I even going the right way? But here's the truth. The hardest parts of the climb are closest to the top. If your journey feels challenging, if you feel tired, stressed, uncertain, if the view hasn't cleared yet, it doesn't mean you're lost. It might mean you're closer than you think.